What's up with y'all tonight? It's your man Donald King, back at it again. How y'all doing tonight? You alright? I made it with just a few minutes to spare. I have been running non-stop for the last week. I'm tired. I am tired. By the way, tonight it's warm in here, so I have my trusty towel. I just got done showering. Normally after I shower, I take hot showers, even in the summertime. Normally after I shower, I give myself a little bit of time to cool down, but unfortunately tonight, I did not, so my body is still hot. Even though it didn't really hot outside right now, so my body is still warm. It is still warm. Anyway, I hope all of y'all are doing well. You know, tonight I want to talk about the subject of aggression, okay? A lot of times people, they come to my posts trying to compete against me. They come against me trying to, I don't know, dominate me in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes people think they're going to do it with wit. And they never do. You're never smarter than me. You're just not. You're just not. Period. But they think they're going to dominate me with wit. They think they're going to dominate me with framing. They think they're going to dominate me, pardon me. They think they're going to dominate me with, authority and social authority and things that imbue them with a sense of authority in their own right. Like, sometimes people have their little knowledge that they think they're going to weaponize against me, or the edicts and dictates of those in positions of social authority. And they're like, oh, I'm going to put him in his place with this thing someone said that I've not challenged or considered objectively from beyond the view and belief that what they're saying is correct because of the position they hold. But everybody comes to me trying to compete. Lately, I've taken to just blocking people who come to me with that stupid mentality. Like, if you come to me trying to compete, you come to me trying to aggress. All right? What is competition? Competition is an attempt to dominate and or subdue another. When you come to somebody trying to dominate them, you're being aggressive as shit. Okay? You're being aggressive. And a lot of times people are like, oh, that's not my intention. Oh, it's not, it's not aggression if I don't call it aggression. Yes, the fuck it is. Aggression is aggression, regardless of whether or not you're willing to accept it or acknowledge it. The agreements you make with yourself about what something is and how it performs in reality function mutually independent of what the thing is and how it works in reality. Excuse me, I have something in my throat, apparently. So yeah, people come to me trying to be aggressive. They come to me trying to be disruptive, trying to be subversive, trying to test boundaries with me, trying to see what they can get away with in the way of poking and prodding, all because they wish to aggress against me, and they haven't articulated what aggression is. They don't understand it. They just think that they're doing them, being themselves, and what have you. Right? This is the way that it goes. People are aggressive. And it gets into the question of what is aggression. Well, here's a principle definition for aggression. And again, I'm always just reading principles. So this isn't my personal feeling and belief. This is how I see it working mechanically. Take it up with your mama. But anywho, aggression is an inner sense of rage coupled with a desire, a need, a feeling of entitlement to transfer that rage into something else. Aggression is inner rage and a desire, a need, a compulsion to transfer that inner rage into something else. Makes you think about what a serial killer is differently when you understand it in mechanism. You see, here's the thing. you can become highly addicted to transferring your rage into things. That's what an abuser is. An abuser is somebody who gets addicted to that feeling of freedom, that high they get from transferring their rage into someone else. You get addicted to transferring your rage into others. Oh man, it's beautiful out tonight. And right now I'm just wiping away the glisten. I don't have to explain myself, but anyway. You see, through the socialization process, you're groomed to be a narcissist. A narcissist is a person who's addicted to self-idealizing. When you self-idealize, and you come across people, things, or effects that sort of invalidate the potency of you, you're automatically hit with this inner sense of rage. That's what cognitive dissonance is. It's rage that reality doesn't match, fit with, and conform to your inner story. You might think that you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Got rocks for knuckles and beat up everybody in your hood. All of a sudden you come across a Shaolin monk and they'll wash you. And all of a sudden you're hit with this inner sense of rage. How dare they be better than me? Even though they dedicated their entire life to it. How dare they be better than me? Pardon me. When you go around thinking that it is your right to release your rage and frustration into others, you're a narcissist, plain and simple. Again, narcissism fundamentally divorces you from reality. You see, when you have inner rage and you're a narcissist, you just want to transfer it into somebody. You want to transfer it into something. You want to punch something. You want to kick something. You want to make something suffer for your amusement and satisfaction so that you can feel that release. Damned whoever happens to be the target of your aggression. Fuck the impact it makes on them and their life and experience. It's all about you, isn't it? It's about your desire to release your negative emotions into something. Pardon me. Wow. That's weird. So anyway, but yeah, this is the way that it works, guys, at a fundamental level. Now, you heard me earlier. I had mentioned serial killers. Serial killers and addicts. They're an addict. They're addicted to unilaterally and with a sense of finality transferring their bitterness and rage into something so as to quell their own feelings of insecurity and uncertainty. Instead of facing and dealing with the things that make them feel inept, insecure, powerless, and uncertain in life, they'd much rather immobilize someone and just use someone to release all of their negative energy into. All that bitterness. They take glee in, they delight in making somebody suffer for their amusement and satisfaction. Stealing someone's life for their amusement and satisfaction. This inner sense of rage. Now, I want you to think about this at the level of reality, right? If you're corrupt, then not only do you carry this inner sense of rage around within you, you sort of nurture it within yourself, and you build it up, and you enhance it through idealism and self-justification. You're like, hey, I deserve to be mad. I deserve to be angry. Look at somebody like a racist. Racists, especially here in America, are the most pitiful fucking lot imaginable. And I'm talking about from all of the dominant groups. Just fucking pitiful. You fucking suck. Here you are, searching for anything you can get your funky little hands on to justify why you deserve to keep black and brown people in these sort of subdued states wherein you can unilaterally aggress against them like fucking cowards. So, sit here, you hear about a black person killing another black person and you're like, black on black crime. Yeah, a white person kill a black person. More of them kill themselves than us. Then we kill them. You hear about somebody in a corrupt fucking police culture using a person's melanin pigment and content in their skin as an excuse to release their rage and frustrations into them. You beat them mercilessly. You shoot them. A person, oh, I thought he had a gun. And you gun them down in cold blood. Not because you thought they had a gun. Not because you didn't think that you had a chance to disarm them. Not because you didn't have the means to actually handle the situation another way. It was the excuse you needed to release your inner rage. And I'm telling you all now, you fucked up. Reality, the system hates you. You're done. Every dominant group, you're toast. Like I'm just talking in circles about how bad it's gonna be now. And the reason why all of this is happening is because you've nurtured this inner sense of rage in you. You've turned yourself into righteous judges, right? And every time someone violates your inner sense of justice, why? It doesn't even matter if it's a direct impact made on you or anything. If they violate your inner sense of justice, why, it's an excuse for you to rage out, isn't it? A celebrity says the wrong thing, and oh man, here's my opportunity to release my rage. Here's my opportunity to aggress. I can cancel him. And it's not just racist, it's fucking liberal left. It's all the ideologues, all of them. You carry around these inner senses of hostility and rage within you. You turn yourself into these righteous judges. And then you go looking for opportunities you can use as an excuse to unleash your rage on someone else. That's what aggression is. Again, aggression is inner rage coupled with a desire, a belief and feeling of entitlement that you are allowed to release it into someone else. Thing is, you've been releasing as aggressor parasites. You haven't just been unleashing your rage on the body of this planet and on other people. You've been unleashing your rage against reality. Every single person who's done anything to be a hindrance to me and or not clear the path. All the cowards I knew growing up who now found comfort in little echo chambers where they gossip about me. This little echo chamber gives you a place to unleash your rage because you're too fucking chicken shit to step forward and be like, hey, Donald, the things you say make me feel insecure and uncertain and I don't know what to do with these feelings. Help me make sense of this. Instead of stepping up and doing the brave thing, you do the cowardly thing, which is seek to release your rage, seek to unleash your rage into someone, into me, or into an echo chamber dedicated and sort of focused towards me, instead of being a real fucking person and stepping up. Lately, I've been blocking all sorts of people who come to my page trying to be contrarian and subversive and dismissive, and who just come to me with stupid negative emotions all the goddamn time. I'm going to compete against him. That's based in rage. You're not brave enough to admit, hey, you know what? This dude makes hella sense. He makes hella sense. His intellect, though he doesn't take personal credit for it, is extraordinary. You're not brave enough to just have that moment with yourself, like, wow, he's really something different from what I'm used to dealing with. So instead of coming to me with bravery, instead of coming up to me eyes open, chin up, chest out, you much rather do the cowardly thing and try to find secret ways to unleash your inner rage. Maybe it's trying to go against something that I told you not to do. Maybe it's coming to me with stupid arguments against principles which are absolute. You know the reason why it makes sense? Because again, I'm reading what I see. This isn't my personal feelings and beliefs. That makes them fucking absolute. I've been testing them against the best of your discovery. I have. Principles come out on top every time. There's no statistic to apply to it. None. Yet instead of being brave enough to step into the reality of the situation, what do? I'm going to figure out secret ways to unleash my rage into him. I'm going to ignore him. That's a way for me to release my rage. That's a way, isn't it? I'm going to try and poison other people against him. That's a way to handle my rage, isn't it? He said do something, so I'm going to do the opposite. That's a way for me to unleash my rage, isn't it? All because you're too fucking chicken shit to just step up and be like, yo, I'm bugging. I don't understand what you are. Help me get it. So you retreat to your echo chambers and to the systems of agreements you make with yourself. Always searching, always hoping, always looking to happen across some secret way to unleash your aggression. That's why I've been getting rid of y'all. I've been getting rid of you because it's cowardly. I'm not offended by anything you do. I'm offended by the fact that you're a fucking coward trying to deal with me. Just wait up. I come to you in love. I come to you in peace. There's no need to be scared of me at all. None. There's no need to be afraid of me at all. It is warm in here. There's no air circulation on this top floor. So even with the window open, it's going to be hot. I'm going to be misty. Misty watercolor memories of the way we were. It's bad. That's bad. Streisand. God, was that when she was popping? Whatever happened to Barbara Streisand? Huh. Yeah, that's wild. It's wild. I wonder how she sounds. I never liked her voice, but now my ear is mature, so I might dig her sound. I don't know. I'll check that out. But yeah, man. You want to release your hostility into somebody. You want to unleash your inner rage. And you practice building it up. You practice turning yourself into an intolerant, pious, self-righteous, egomaniacal asshole. You do. You practice being a dick. Always making yourself mad. Earlier I'd mentioned racist, and it was to go to this point right here. You know, white people in this country, they outnumber black people 5-1. 5-1. Most black people that you're going to find in this country, they're in concentrated areas, in metropolis cities. But yeah. Can you imagine going out of your way to make yourself angry at someone you don't even interact with on a regular basis? Also, that you can preserve this feeling, this belief, this myth that it is your sovereign right, your inherent right to unleash your rage into people based on the amount of melanin pigment they have in their skin. Do you know how fucking cowardly that is? You just want to keep someone subdued and in a malleable and exploitable position so that you have someone on tap ready to transfer your negative emotions into, so that you can feel light, free, and easy and important and powerful like the fucking coward you are. You fight tooth and nail to make people, to create, first of all, create social circumstances in which the only options made available to them are criminality and sort of the ways that they are able to demonstrate value to their community. They're all self-deprecating. You turn these people into monsters of men so that you can convince yourself it is your sovereign right, it is your duty, it is your privilege to transfer your inner rage into them. So what, you can fucking lock them up, right? Yeah. So you can cheer on the police as they murder them. Want more Klan members to fucking infiltrate these police organizations and shit like that? These intelligence agencies? Doing everything in your fucking power to make sure someone seems deplorable so that you are entitled to unleash, to release your inner rage into them. Right? So they can be your static, physical, and emotional punching bags. So we're going to go over the mechanism of how all of this stuff fits together again, because I want you to understand this, because again, this is all mechanical. So let's start at the level of the universe. There are two universes, right? There's the host universe, which is what we're currently co-opting right now. There's the parasitic twin universe that's still in the process of sort of cannibalizing, exploiting, transforming, and consuming the body of its sibling. That parasitic twin universe is under the spell of corruption, which means it operates by a different system of principles than the principles of natural organization, which is why it functions like a disease, ergo why all of its building blocks sort of invade systems and transmute and overtake things and destroy and glee and delight in causing imbalance, pain, and suffering? Because they are under the spell of corruption, they behave as agents of corruption. Reality, the meta system, for which these two universes are just tiny, almost insignificant building blocks. It's like, yo, I'm about to call a freeze to this aggression campaign that this parasitic universe is currently beholden to. Any building block that remains in a state of corruption before I fuse the two universes together to create a conjoined twin, I'm going to purge every corrupt building block with extreme prejudice, and for every imbalance they've caused and contributed to, in addition to all of the level of corruption they host within them and nurture within them, the level of rage, the level of aggression, I'm going to extract it with extreme prejudice. That's at the macro scale. Bringing it down to what you guys would understand now. Socialization process trains you to be narcissistic. Narcissism is self-idealizing. It's self-idealizing. It's self-worship. All right? When you're a narcissist, you're given to vanity, and vanity is excessive pride. Pride fundamentally divorces you from reality. Right? The reason you become narcissistic is because, why? Socialization process, it also traumatizes you. What is trauma? Trauma is the phobia, the extreme fear of disempowerment. So the socialization process trains you to get addicted to the idea of amassing power and to experience instant and fucking horrific, immediate withdrawal in the form of rage whenever you are disempowered or perceive yourself as such. So, again, narcissism, competition, and aggression, they're mutually inclusive. They are a triune sort of, they're a trifecta. They're a trifecta. If you're narcissistic, you're necessarily hyper-competitive and hyper-aggressive. If you're aggressive, you're narcissistic and hyper-competitive. If you're hyper-competitive, you're aggressive and narcissistic. All of these form together to create what you refer to as greed. When you understand that a parasite is steered towards reality by greed, consumption without purpose, then you understand the mechanism behind corruption performing through an agent. When you're an agent of corruption, what do? You create imbalances. You glee and delight in making things suffer for your amusement and satisfaction. You take, not because you need, you take just to keep others from having so that you can feel important. Safe and secure by comparison. This is how the virion thinks. Is how the virion processes information in reality. Right now, most of you all are still in aggressor state. I've been doing all this work to try and help get you all out of this aggressive state, but now you're in debt to reality. From the time I touched down, from the time I made it clear to you all that I am Avatar, for this cycle, a clock was attached to you. And it scales according to the types of impacts you're able to make on reality as a system. So certain cultures, certain, groups, aristocracies and things of that nature, as skilled to compare as skilled to the at least by comparison to the average citizen, your shit is multiplied exponentially. Like, just based on the amount of impacts you're able to make from your position of authority. You could clear the path, but you choose not to. Therefore, every second I spend having to fight from behind, it quadruples what you're going to fucking experience. Or worse. Because nobody makes you be a dick. All of you all out there who think that I came here to fuck up your money game, and or came here to try and steal from you what you've stolen from others, you got it fucked up. I'm just here to try and help you get synced up with reality, because you didn't steal from me, you didn't steal from them, you stole from reality. You stole from balance. Just trying to benefit yourselves. How do you think that goes? How do you think it goes? I know that you all spend a good deal of your time trying to convince yourselves, oh yeah, he's just a guy. He's just making all this stuff up. But you've literally been watching me for 13 years. You know I'm not making this stuff up. You know I'm not. Right now you guys are trying to win the next space on the board. And you don't even realize that the board and the entire arena that the board is in is surrounded by nukes on all sides, and you are going to pay that piper. Your best case scenario is to be like, hey, Avatar was good, man. Hey. Alright, so we were obviously given wrong information. Maybe we can fuck with you. Maybe we can be cool. And I'm like, yeah. Because you see, I don't want to see you get fucked up any more than you had to. I don't. Unlike you, who has this inner sense of rage, this inner sense of desire to see things suffer for your amusement and satisfaction, I get no pleasure out of the idea of you suffering. There are things that I want to make you suffer for. Whoever was involved in doing what happened to my little boy, I want your head. Every single thing that happens to him, that happened on the front end, and now that it is as a result of the games you all played, I want your fucking head. I'm not kidding. But even in wanting that, the Avatar perspective gives me some distance and perspective, and I realize that you're just a hurt little kid who wants to hurt something else because you came to equate that with freedom. And I don't want to hurt a kid, which is what you all are to me. You're fucking children. And as a somewhat parental figure in this situation, you can't go around just releasing your rage into things. Like, this is just a growing moment. You can't get mad and scratch and bite just because you're hurting doesn't give you the right to make other things hurt. You're certainly not allowed to do that to reality. We're agents of reality. If you come and you're like, hey, I hurt and I don't know how else to deal with this other than trying to release it into somebody else, then we start the dialogue. Then we start trying to figure out how to reverse engineer it and make it so that you have other tools to figure out how to make sense of this with. Come hell or high water, I know that I'm going to do everything in my power to help get you right. At least giving you the information. The reason why I continue to put these podcasts out, even though they don't reach many people, it isn't just because I'm trying to help the species at large. I know you guys are fucking bogarting the shit. I know that you're gonna fucking watch it first. Make sure that it's like I don't fuck up your game. Because you're addicted. You're trying to protect your little crack rock. That goal you want that was fantasized about for generations before your birth. I get it. I'm doing this because hopefully you have a moment where you can be honest with yourself and you're like, yo, he really is trying to help us. Not everybody moves with an agenda. I move with a sense of purpose, but I'm not motivated towards life by exploitation. I'm motivated by balance. As such, I'm not trying to get over on you. I'm just not. Oh man, it's like in these old houses, I swear to God, they hated ventilation. They were like, yo, fuck you, air draft. Not today. Oh, yo. I'm looking rough, man. I ain't slept much. I'm tired. I finished my 3 cheesecakes tonight. Put them in the fridge. Cool them down for tomorrow. Yes. Anywho, I'm thinking I'm going to cut this one short a little bit. You know, again, we're talking about the subject of aggression. Aggression is your inner sense of rage coupled with desire, a need, and belief of entitlement to transfer it into someone else or into something else. You go around aggressing against people, you are always trying to release your rage into them. When you go around trying to be subversive, you want to fight the power. You want to transfer your inner rage into those who are the power. You want to make them suffer for your amusement and satisfaction. You want to humiliate them. You want to injure them. You want to see them bleed. You go around and you do cowardly little shit. Like, oh man, the one that really gets me, pedophiles. Pedophiles, when people get develop sexual attraction to children, what they're looking at is this tiny vessel, this defenseless thing that they can just unilaterally act against, that they can transfer their sexual rage into. It's so cowardly. Cowards go around trying to release their rage into things. And I've been cutting cowards left and right. If you've been behaving cowardly on my threads, I'm getting to you soon. I don't care how long we've interacted with each other. I don't care what kind of rapport we have with each other. If you come to me trying to test boundaries, trying to figure out little ways to release your rage, inconspicuous ways to release your rage towards me, I'm cutting you off. Plain and simple. And you did it to yourself. You get to heal or find somebody to aggress against, but never both. You're either trying to heal or trying to transfer your inner rage into something else, but never both. And if you're here trying to heal, I'm your man. I got you. I love you. I respect you. I'm gonna uplift you. You come to me trying to be a coward, I'm gonna treat you the way I treat all cowards. I'm gonna cut you off. Guys, pardon me. Guys, y'all already know what it is. So I shoot these every Mondays and Wednesdays, every Monday and Wednesday on Facebook Live. For the last couple of weeks, just because I've had baking orders that have run long. I got here a little bit late, so I made it technically on Monday, but get a little bit, run a little bit over into Tuesday, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So, cool. Yeah, uh-oh. We got some bitrate issues. Happening right there, but that's all right. Guys, Mondays and Wednesdays on Facebook Live. I post content to Instagram. I usually do the stories, which you can also view on Facebook as well. But, I'm going to get back into just doing little shorts every now and again. I'm probably going to pick up a TikTok. My brother Leo suggested I do a TikTok. I can do principles in a second or so might as well. Also, I fly all these podcasts over to my YouTube channel, and yeah, just I got to catch up on that. But yeah, just they're here for you to learn from whenever you want. It's like, you know what? Instead of recording this all down in a book, which I tried to do before, I just let this be a living word. I let it be a living word. Y'all watch me translate principles in real time and fumble through and fuck up words and use profanity and things of that nature because the principles ring true regardless. So because I know that there is fluidity in this, I haven't really condensed it down into a book. You get a living word document. Yeah, it's going to match everything that you read in the gospel scriptures and go beyond it in terms of explanation and all those other things. To the letter. Except for the story elements. The actual principles Jesus spoke to. Yeah, it's to the letter. It's going to be spot on. Spot on. Also, guys, I post content to Medium. There you'll find parables, stories, little things that sort of help create framing devices for you to put a lot of this information into to better context with. Like, it helps you understand things on a simpler level, and even sometimes on a more detailed and complex level. So yeah. So, if you guys get any sort of benefit out of what I do and you want to Salt Bay your boy with a little bit of love, you can always hit your boy up on Cash App, Donnie Kang, that's DONNIEKANG at Cash App, and then also feel free to join the Patreon family. I'm Avatar Cycle XIII, this Avatar Cycle 13. Again, proceeds go to building this up to a larger platform. I really want to reach as many people as I can before I'm out of this body, and I don't know how many years I have. Sometimes things feel a little wonky, man, and I want you to get the best out of what I have to offer during the time I had to offer it, because who knows? Anywho, that said, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. I don't know if anybody actually tuned into this podcast because it happened late. If it's anybody out there in the audience, what up? If not, then, hopefully this will pop up in your timeline and you'll like, hey, I got the word for today. But, yeah, man, look here. You can't go around nurturing an inner sense of rage within yourself, especially towards reality itself. You're not allowed to just go around taking your bitterness and frustrations out on people and things You actually have to do the work of getting to the root of that shit and solving it. That's how you get corruption out of your soul. You have to address it. That means you have to acknowledge it. That means you have to get to the root of what makes you feel hostile towards others. What makes you want to aggress? You can't deflect away from every single thing and say, oh, that's not aggression. If I want to aggress, I'll be really aggressive. No. You are trained to view so many things as commonplace that are actually aggressive. And it's kind of like, and this is an analogy I thought to use earlier. It's kind of like imagine being in a society where it was just common for people to just come up and fart in your face. Right? And, people just, sometimes people come in, they fart directly in your face. Other times they walk past you and do the silent but deadly. Other times it's like, they'll fart in your general vicinity. And it's still farting at you, right? And I guess the crux of my work isn't just getting people to stop farting and recognizing that farting at other people is mad aggressive, but it's more along the lines of, hey man, why are you so flatulent to begin with? Instead of just figuring out ways to just fart all the time and fart at people all the time, why not just actually get to the point of why you're flatulent to begin with? I know that it's like carrying all that gas and you can't feel good. I know that releasing that gas out of you feels a lot better every time you do. But come on now. There's a reason you feel that bad to begin with. Let's deal with that. Let's deal with that. Anywho, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. It's your man, Donald King. I'm out.